Yes! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, I just beat checkpoint 1. I, I have like no clips of me falling like before I actually got to it, but I've literally fallen on that last part over 50 times or 40 times or something. Like that part right there 40 times or more because I'm not very consistent with the flicks, so I had to like actually do a lineup for it and stuff. It's very hard. I'm gonna learn the flicks and stuff because that shouldn't have taken me as long as it did. But I started this grind in early May of this year, or freaking I don't remember if it was May or April. So minimum it's been 8 months of me doing this. Not 8 months, but I probably poured in over at least 50 hours. So yeah, this is I jumped from God, freaking Tower Tower of Killjoys or something to this because I don't know, I thought Devoid was super duper cool and everything I think everything in it is so much more like rewarding and stuff, like more fun to play obviously than the Ito Ring 1 towers. I mean, obviously Ring 1 towers kind of just suck, like mechanically they're very boring and stuff, but um I really wanted to play Devoid, and then I was like, okay, I gotta just look at the camera, stop trying to play. Sorry, this is not my proudest gameplay. I'm not this bad, I swear. Even though my hardest is only I think it's keyboard eating. I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter, because I just beat checkpoint 1. But so what's it called? Yeah, so I thought, wow, yeah, Devoid's really cool. I watched a very long video. If I can find the video, I'll put it in the description or put it on screen. That guy's the goat. He makes really good videos. But basically, what's it called? Oh, jeez, I'm like blanking right now. Sorry. Yeah, I thought Devoid super cool. I was like, okay, I really want to play this. I'm gonna get good enough at ESO so I can actually like properly play this because I wanna beat this obby. I think it's really cool. Um, and then I thought I practiced a bunch. Like I what I started by doing was I all jumped like all the way until industrial, until like the really hard wraparound, which it's not that hard anymore, but at the time that's kind of where I gave up because I was like why do I keep falling there? That's a bit odd. I was seriously struggling with it, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna do that. I did like the first, I want to say 1,000 or 750 jumps, something like that. And then I kind of got I kind of lost a bit of motivation, but then I practiced a ton of checkpoint 1 and prison and stuff like this part, prison, checkpoint 1, whatever. I practiced a bunch of it and kind of got decently consistent with checkpoint 1. I was always pretty consistent with checkpoint 1, but my one issue was since this part, I had a mind block. I would loop fail here. I'd loop fail here. I remember there was one day where I honestly think I spent like 8 hours. Dude, why do I keep Okay, that's a bit silly. Oops. I think I spent 8 hours or maybe even longer just playing, or no, it was a weekend. Across one weekend, I probably spent 15 or more hours just playing this. And I remember one time I had a guy in my server and he was helping me. He was at checkpoint 2, and I was like, "Hey man, you're better than me. Can you help me out? Can you show me how to do this?" And he basically just showed me what I already knew, but every time without fail that I got there, I would die. I would fall. Every single time, no matter what, I would fall. And it got to a point where it was like really, I don't know, it was not, what's the word? Not discouraging. Like it was, but it got to a point where it was like I literally didn't feel it was physically possible for me to do that part. I'll show you I'll put footage on screen of what I do, what I did. Okay, so this is what I did. I'd go like this, and then like that. Obviously not that efficient. And then for this part, it was like that. What you're supposed to do, obviously, is you're supposed to Yeah. So you can see, obviously, I kind of have a skill issue with the flicks. I don't know. I just never really got the rhythm down. I always kind of preferred to line it up. But like I definitely could have gotten consistent with this and probably beaten it quicker. But I'll show you one more time what I do or did. It was that. And arguably that's a lot harder than the flicks. I mean, for me it was more consistent, but in reality probably not more consistent. To get past that part, it's very wonky, not efficient at all, but it was what was the most consistent for me, but it wasn't really consistent. It would have been more consistent just to learn the uh the flicks without the lineup. So I'll show you, but I'll show you what I mean. Um but the thing is that yeah, so I would loop fail, loop fail, loop fail. But and I really liked the gameplay of this. Like I really that was bad. Speaking of loop failing, I really enjoyed the gameplay of Devoid. I thought super fun. Like the gameplay is unique. It's nothing I'd ever seen before. I found it really fun while I was all jumping to as I was what the heck am I doing? My bad. I gotta stop. Okay. I found it really interesting to learn techniques and learn what I was doing as I was playing. Like with the flicking and stuff. I'd never seen that at all before. I'd never since I was very new to like obbying and everything. I kind of got introduced to obbying by frickin' I was watching the top the top Beastworm player's stream of him playing Tower of Raging Tempest, and I was like, "What the heck is this? This is super cool." It's like super satisfying and stuff. I was like, "I want to try this game," and and then I kind of went down the rabbit hole of like obbying and stuff, and I found the Devoid video, and I was like, "That's so sick! I think that's really awesome. I really like the design." I didn't know much about the gameplay, but I was like, "I gotta try this." And then I think this was like either pretty soon after I started playing Ito or like before I started playing. I don't remember, but I was like, I'm gonna try and I'll jump this. So I'm gonna just try and do start to finish with dying as many times as I need. I'll put some clips on screen of like from however many months ago, 8 9 months ago, of me playing and being horrid at the game. That whoa, again speaking of horrid, um but yeah, it was really fun. Like I really enjoyed learning everything, like seeing what you could do, and it's like all this stuff I'd never heard of because I'd never really played obbies besides frickin' Tower of Hell, which you can't really count that much as an obby, like this kind of obby. It's because it's not as advanced. But yeah, it was really interesting. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna all jump this, and then like I said, I all jumped it kind of. I did, and then I thought, okay, I think I'm consistent enough after I mean I practiced prison a bunch. I did like probably this part like I don't know. I practiced checkpoint one a ton. I was like I think I can do this. So I started and I started the grind and I was like I can do this. But then as I said, I got to that roadblock of that trust part and I was like I had the motivation and I still thought I could do it, but it was like it was more of me just wanting it was less of me really having this goal I wanted to reach and more of me just not wanting to do it anymore and wanting to finish something that I started. And if in the end I remember it was Friday night and I had finished like I finished school and everything whatever and I got on and I was on for like 2 hours or something. It was I don't know why I was on for so long that day. It's kind of I don't stay on that long normally. I'm not that much of a loser, but I was on for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I went for dinner. I ate dinner. I came back and I was on from God like 7 until midnight or 12:30 or something, just playing this. And I fell that day on this part probably 15 times. And every time it just like another thing is I was getting really angry. Like I was getting mad. Like I mean, obviously after falling 15 times on the same thing, because the second I got there, my heartbeat would go up like times a million. Like I just couldn't do anything. Like my everything I had learned and like what I'd practiced and the consistency I gained in practice mode just disappeared completely when I got to that section in a real game. Because obviously when you're in practice, there's no pressure, but when you're in a real game, there is that pressure. So the nerves are insane. Okay, this is bad. I'm actually about to cut this out of the video. Um, I promise you I'm not this bad at the game, but I'm just talking, so it's making me play worse. 100% totally. But so yeah, I was really starting to get I was so discouraged. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm taking another break because I had already taken a break for I forgot to mention I'd already taken a break at this point for about a month. So I'd already taken a break. And my mic might be really loud right now, so that's my bad. I might have to turn myself down in the editing. But it was yeah, I'd already taken like a month break. For, bro, this is not good. I'm sorry. I'd already I don't it's okay. I had already taken like a month break and I came back and I was like I'm going to do this. I have my motivation back. I want to do this. That's okay. I spent all of that time trying to beat the thing and I was like I couldn't do it. I honestly I just fully lost all motivation at that point, and I was like, I'm taking another break. I didn't think I would take a break for 8 months because this was in April when I took my second break. So 8 months. It's been 8 months. So yeah, I I'm a kind of sad that this isn't on my main account. This is on. I'm kind of sad that this isn't on my main account. This is on my alt account. But my main account's very busy. You know, it's Macaroni Bee Swarm Simulator. Gotta go red, you know? Um, but yeah, I don't even know really what to say. This is like a dream come true. This is crazy. So I guess checkpoint 2 video in about 2 years. Took me almost a year to beat checkpoint 1, so checkpoint 2 will be 2 years maybe. I don't know. But yeah, sorry for the massive yap session. I just wanted to make a video about this because uh definitely don't. I mean, if you want to jump to something like this, like I did, I honestly wouldn't recommend it unless you're prepared to literally practice everything, learn every tech, like down to like exactly how it needs to be done. That's the one problem with, again, that's okay. One problem with jumping like that is that you often uh you lack like the skill that someone who, for example, played Ito and beat pretty much every tower up until that difficulty and then beat like 3 towers of that difficulty has. You don't have that experience. So it's a lot easier for someone like that, obviously, than you who has no experience with those techniques, with those kind of such scenarios where those people have experienced them many times. So it's definitely you need to be really patient and you also whoa. You also need to make sure that you're like staying motivated because it can be very, very hard to stay motivated after if you loop fail or if you're really like if you're loop failing on struggling on one part a bunch or if you're honestly just not even having fun because that's the main thing that it came down to this was it got so repetitive that I just didn't want to play. I didn't. It wasn't because I really wanted to get this. It wasn't because I was passionate about it. It was more just because I don't want to do it at all. I want this done, but I want to be able to say I did this. And that's part of the reason why I think I failed so many times. Because today, I just came back. I randomly got the idea in my head. It'd been in my head for months. I was like, I need to come back. I need to finish what I started. And I thought today, I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I think this was my second attempt today of the trust part, bro, of that trust part. And I nailed it. I got it. But like, it was if I have it on clip, I don't know if I do, but I when I did the first flick around, and I got up and I drank a glass of water, and then I came back, and then I went and I fully lined up the other one and did the other one. That I literally took, and then I took another drink of water. But it was like it genuinely getting that past that part was the hardest part of this for me so far. Which the last jump was okay. I was okay with the last jump. The last jump, I was at first, bro, what am I doing? This is not it. I'm very sorry. The last jump I thought was like the hardest part at first, but it was really easy once I got a formula down on it. So that was okay. But yeah, I talked way too much. This is going to be a very long video, and I don't think anybody is going to watch it. But yeah, if you actually watch this video and you enjoyed what I had to say or whatever, I really appreciate it. You don't have to subscribe or like or whatever, but yeah, definitely I'll make some more content. I've got more to come. You could check out my Beastworm guiding alt progression video if you'd like, and yeah, anything is possible if you put your mind to it, and also finish things you start, because it's a good mindset to have. And I'm overjoyed that I actually finished this. And now I'm gonna go beat Club Step on Geometry Dash. So yeah, okay, thank you.